Hey family, how y'all doing? Welcome back to Earth Goddess TV. What's up? What's up? If you're new, welcome. On this channel, we talk about basic astrology and spirituality. And if you're already part of the Earth Goddess game, you know what time it is. Gang. So today, I wanted to talk about basically the full moon that we have coming up. I believe is coming up in Gemini, and basically, kind of how to work with it a little bit, and kind of like what to expect, so when you know what to expect with things, you won't be caught off guard. So that's the kind of the whole gist of this video, just to give you some pointers on the energies that you may be feeling and experiencing, and just kind of how to deal with it. So the first thing we want to talk about is basically full moons. So with our full moons are about our releasing things, releasing thought processes, situations, beliefs, or people that are not in alignment with where we're going. Completing of cycles, blessings, grounding ourselves, clearing space for the new. Um, so when we have the full moon in Gemini here, the sign of Gemini is the curious, witty, talkative, mutable air sign. So we had the moon leaving Taurus, where we felt a little bit more comfortable, say with routine, structure, maybe relaxation a little bit. Now we're going into Gemini, and then going into Gemini, the energy is a little bit different. May feel like you want to change, you want some adventure, maybe some excitement, maybe to learn something new, gather information, start many new projects or projects that you had an interest in a while back. Maybe share ideas with people who you can also learn from as well. So when you're talking about basically like the sign of Gemini and it coming into the moon, and also keep in mind here that we have Mars, which is still retrograded in Gemini as well. So when we have this here, we have a full moon making a conjunction right next to Mars, which is in retrogrades, and our retrogrades are more about reassessing projects, passions, or thoughts around getting those things done or pushed out. So the issue can lie here, where the moon wants to explore, indulge in many different areas, put out, like I mentioned before, information, ideas, absorb these things as well. So the inner tension can be a little exhausting and depressing when you have the moon and Mars conjunct working in a way that's negative versus positive, because just as well as conjunctions can work well together, conjunctions can work negatively as well. So Gemini literally wants to go in two different directions here. Now that the moon is moving into Gemini, and we're still into Mars retrograde in Gemini as well. So the moon in Gemini, you wants to learn, wants to share, while the Gemini in Mars is in retrograde and in a state of rest. It doesn't really want to put out that normal fiery Mars energy of getting things done, putting out that assertive masculine energy. Right now it's in rest recovery mode. Yeah, so Mars is not really wanting to put out their energy right now. So this is where we have the issue. And remember our retrogrades, we use the retrograde times to reset, reassess things, and rest. And basically I put it to you like this. Mars, when I think about it too, is also making an opposition to the sun in Sagittarius. So this is really not the time to try to push anything out that you've been wanting to push out. Not simply because, it probably won't be successful. It's just with how things are lined up astrologically, it may not turn out in the way that you would like it to. So it's not to say, if you really have something that you have to do, by all means, go ahead. Just be mindful of the energies that you're working with. But my best advice would be to wait till Mars goes direct, which is in January 16th, 23rd of next year. And you will probably see more of that hard work and all the effort and energy you put into this project take off in ways you never could have imagined if you kind of wait a little bit why this Mars energy goes back direct versus trying to put out something during the retrograde here. Just my opinion. So, just things that you can do during this full moon. So it's kind of heavy. This is really not a full moon to kind of go against the grain, engage in any conversations that are intense, any arguments. Don't start any arguments. Don't allow yourself to be put in the middle of any arguments. So here are 4 things that you can do to take advantage of this full moon energy that is coming up in Gemini, since it is a heavier energy. The first thing you can do is release. Release anything that is no longer in alignment with who you are. And that could be anything from negative thoughts, beliefs, situations, people, careers, jobs, anything that you feel is not in alignment with your higher self or where you're going, release it. Second thing you can do, allow lessons and cycles to run its course. Be okay with things falling apart. If you feel that people are drifting away, allow them to drift away. If you feel like you may be wanting to switch a career path or leave a job, do it. Or if you feel like you may be on the verge of losing a job, hey, allow it to happen. Now, of course, with proper preparation, I hope that you have certain things in line so that if, say, you may feel that this may happen, that you have a backup plan and you still are able to pay your bills and, not have to downgrade too much in lifestyle if this thing occurs. Just speaking, don't want to wish this on anyone. So just saying, this is an example just to allow things to run its course, and you will have a feeling of what these things are. These are the nagging things that you feel that you question on a deep level, but you feel like, there's resistance in letting it go due to any type of attachment you may have to it. But you know that if you allow this thing to go and release, that you'll be a better person for it. So be okay with certain things ending. Number 3, if you have any ideals for anything that you would like to manifest in the future, write them down. Set a date, preferably after Mars retrograde. Once it goes direct in January, then go full force with that ideal. This is kind of like a way to kind of like set an intention for the things that you would like to see come to fruition. So the 4th thing I want to jump into that you can do around this full moon is ground yourself. Ground yourself. We all know that you can literally go outside and ground yourself, say by hugging a tree or putting your bare feet in the grass. But you can also ground yourself, say mentally, by getting your ideals out of your head and onto paper or into a journal booklet, or say on your phone where you have your notes section, or however you prefer to save your notes. The whole idea of this is to frees up the mental space in your mind. It gives you the mental clarity. Clears the clutterness and fogginess that you may experience because you have so much going on within the mental space, especially with everything that's going on astrologically. It kind of helps you to put all those ideals and thoughts out of your mind so you can physically look at them and give you more, but it allows you to actually able to think of new ideals clearly. You have more clarity on how to attack the ideals that you already have set out. So that was my quick video on basically the full moon in Gemini and how to take advantage of these energies. I will see you in the next upload.